right, Jill Shards, welcome back. We're on part 8. Let's get it cracking. Your stomach flutters with nervous anticipation. When you open the door, Lavinia and Uncle John are seated at a small round table. A crystal bowl sits at the center of the table, next to a mortar and pestle and a small knife. Come in, dear. Lavinia gives an uncharacteristically warm smile. By contrast, Uncle John seems somber. As you take a seat, you notice that your hands are shaking. You fold them in your lap to hide your nervousness. Lavinia nods to Uncle John. He adds a few dried leaves into the motor and begins grinding them with the stone pestle. This is a long honored method, Lavinia says, an initiation undertaken by every one of our kind before training begins. Is this really necessary, you ask? I've done pretty well so far. You have, she agrees, but her tone holds a touch of annoyance. You have also been very lucky. Our power comes at a risk. What risk? Burnout is fairly common in the wild talents like you and myself. Uncle John sets the motor and pestle aside. I came very close to it before Lavinia found me. It usually runs in families, but I was the first in ours, to my knowledge. It tends to go badly in those cases. There is also a risk of magic running wild, going on its way, Lavinia adds. That can be much more disastrous. You frown. How do you mean? How bad could it get? Victoria, Uncle John says. Lavinia nods. We aren't certain what she was trying to do, and no one ever will. She was simply erased, along with a portion of her hometown and the surrounding countryside. So you will understand the importance of this, I hope. Uncle John sprinkles the powdered leaves into the bowl in a clockwise circle. The gray green powder spirals through the water. This goes a bit differently for everyone, Lavinia says. It is very personal, but one thing remains the same. You need to find the magic and master it. You will know it when you see it, Uncle John says. Be careful, though. There are other forces at work. There have been cases where his sentence trails off. Cases where, you ask. Occasionally, there are other forces that will try to lead you astray, might even try to harm you, says Uncle John. But don't worry, it will probably not happen to you. Uh, Ruth, Uncle John says, follow your intuition and don't lollygag around in there. Get through it as quickly as you can. Absence from your body for these other worlds is. Your uncle pauses for a moment. Taxing, he whispers. I'm leaving my body? You exclaim. Lavinia picks up the knife. You will be fine. Give me your hand. Your hands shake as you hold it out. A quick, sharp press against the tip of your index finger, and Lavinia squeezes a drop of your food coloring into the center of the bowl. She mutters an indistinguishable word. Then the water spins in the bowl, rising against the sides, a gray whirlpool that shimmers on the surface. You start to ask a question, but you find yourself too entranced by the swirling water to remember what it was. Curiosity about how Thomas is doing and what he might find flits your mind a moment before entrancing whirlpool sucks you in completely. Holy crap, game. That is insane. That is crazy. Um, Ruth, I hope you know what you're doing. That's all I gotta say. Mm. You find yourself on a vast plain with nothing but a red brown dust as far as the eye can see. A turbulent gray sky presses down on you, making you want to hug the ground. Though you've never seen this place before, you know it used to be a farm. Acting on intuition, you kneel down and dig your fingers into the light topsoil. It feels warm, but you sense something beyond the tactical as well. The earth is dead. Unless the drought ends, nothing will ever grow here again. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. That is so crazy. That just, wow. Um, I I'm kind of speechless. I just have no words. I really hope Ruthie and them gets to the bottom of everything, because at the end of the day, uh Rush Kith and his people, they're still out there being dum dums. And I don't appreciate that. So yeah. You take the exploration a step further and stretch one hand as high as you can toward the clouds. They're full to bursting with moisture, but something unseen holds the rain back, prevents it from rejuvenating the earth. Strong wind blasts over the plain, driving the dust into a fury. Grit stings your skin. You raise both arms to shield your face, but the red brown dust seems to find a way past. Your clothes whip around you. When the wind finally dies down, a mountain stands before you. The craggy mass of stone rises into the clouds, all steep sides, as though it had been pierced its way up through the earth. You catch a glimpse of green at the peak, but it's so far away and all but swallowed up in the gray mist. There is now an oppressive heat upon you, driving a feeling like thirst. What do you do? So we could climb the mountain, we can explore the desolate farm, or we could shout to find some way. We're not doing three. I hope y'all know that. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. Because what would happen? Somebody might unalive us. We don't got time for that. I already did a lot of that in the first part. We're gonna do things a little differently. So we're gonna climb the mountain. Oh, well, chat. Remember when I just said not even a few moments ago? Oh, I'm not gonna unalive us. We're gonna be just fine. Yeah. Scratch that. We we might get unalive pretty fast, actually. Whatever is holding the rain back, you have a feeling it's at the top of the mountain. You take a deep breath, then begin the long climb. Handholds are easy to find in the rough surface, but the sheer distance weigh you down. Still, you pull yourself upward, hand over hand. Dust hangs in the air, sticks to your sweaty skin, makes you cough. You focus on the gray stone right in front of you, right in front of your eyes as you climb. In time, the air grows thinner, cooler. Droplets of moisture soak into your clothes. When you finally do take a look around, clouds surround you. The slickness of the rock slows you down further. The last thing you want to do is fall from way up here. It's only when the clouds clear and the top is in sight that you realize you did not feel nearly as tired as you should. You could keep climbing forever if you had to. I hope not. Cuz this sounds like a trap. Mm. And then it hits you, nausea and pain all around. Your Uncle John warned you that this trip would be taxing. The pain subsides and you continue on. You pull yourself into a peak where you expect to only find stone. You find a small, round patch of grass. The dead trees stand at the center. Its branches thread through the thick mist, and you realize that the clouds are tangled in them. Huh? What do you mean the clouds are tangled? I'm so confused. But let's continue. The tree is more than ugly, it's menacing, which is strange since the old dead trees can even be beautiful in their own way. Destroy the tree and free the clouds, comes a voice in your head. The voice sounded like yours. Your uncle told you not to lollygag around in this place, and so you're going to trust the voice. With nothing around but sharp rocks, it would appear that magic is how you will destroy this thing. You could try to burn it. A blast of flame might catch it on fire, but with the bark glistening with moisture due to the mist, you doubt hitting it with fire from a distance will work. Although who knows what works in this strange world. Instead, you could lay your hand on the wood and summon fire into it more directly. Another alternative is to use your concentrated pushback to slice it. With enough power, you might be able to cut it down. Oh, but that's going to be taxing. So we can either burn this, cut it, or we could bash it with a sharp rock. That sharp rock is going to take too long. Um, and to be honest, I kind of want to I want to burn it. Oh, oh God. Uh Chat. This video might end a little earlier than usual. Ah, forgive Kagome. Our life has decreased by 3 points. Our mana decreased by four. You lay your hand against the trunk and have to suppress the shudder. The trunk feels soft, slick, more like skin than bark. Biting your lip, you imagine a fire racing up the tree and along the branches, burning them away. Steam rises from between your fingers, but the wood seems to be too wet to ignite, even if it's even wood at all. Whoosh! A branch slices down and crashes onto you, sending you flying through the air. You land on sharp rocks and cry out. You don't think your physical body is actually here, and yet you have no doubt that you can be hurt, perhaps even unalived in this world. The tree branch returns to its the tree branch returns to its original position. You get to your feet. If the fire won't unalive it, maybe you can still cut it down. Oh God. So our mana just decreased by 4 more points. Good Lord. You straighten the fingers of your right hand, then swing your arm across an empathetic chopping motion. A tremor spreads up your arm, as though your hand had really impacted with the tree. At the same time, the trunk splits all the way down to a white core. Food coloring seeps from the edges of the wound. You chop at the tree again. This time, the trunk splits all the way across. An agonized cry shakes the mountain. Oh, wow. The tree topples over. Food coloring spurts from its stump. As the branches fall, they drag the clouds with them. Rain pours down over the dusty plain into the ground. Water floods the plains and continues to rise at a supernatural rate, halfway up the mountain and climbing until you stand on a grassy islet with the vast ocean stretching out before you. This is insane, you think. Uh, 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 y'all, y'all, we're gonna be unalived. I'm gonna just be real. We're goners. We're goners. I'm so sorry. The sun blazes in a clear blue sky over the new ocean. The water is inviting and perfectly clear, almost like air. It reminds you of a tropical paradise. You can see the ocean floor. The plain of the farm has transformed into rolling hills and deep trenches with the deepest of them running past your little island. I need to find the magic, you think. Now, the sun is pounding you with unnatural ferocity, and you feel your life draining away. Your instinct is to just leap into the water, but is that wise? You could throw a rock in the water to see what happens, or you could stick a finger. We're gonna throw a stone. Oh, thank God. You pick up a stone and throw it into the water. The black rock plummets down through the clear water, past underwater boulders, and down a sheer cliff into the trench. As it gets deep, you think you see a shadow move from an outcropping, but you're not sure. Eventually, your test rock fades out of sight. Deep, you think. You could do some more testing, another rock, or your finger into the water, or you could jump in. We're gonna throw another. Oh no, chat. We unalived ourselves. You find another rock and throw it in. Again, you watch it sink out of sight. You watch for the shadowy figure to move again down into the depths, but you don't see it this time. Just then, you feel a wave of heat from the unrelenting sun above. Your life is draining away in this world. Alas, you finally succumb to your wounds and collapse. The last thing you see before leaving this world is the god of unaligning grinning at you. Guys, we're gonna go back. We're Guys, I am so sorry. I unalived us. um so I suppose this is just gonna be the end of this video. The next video we're gonna get it right. I promise. I promise you that much. We're gonna get this right. I am so upset and I am so sorry. Ruthie, my girl, I let you down. Thomas, my boy, I love you, dog. You real. And Lavinia, Uncle John, wait for us. We'll be back. Adva. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.